God Consciousness, Chapter 14, The Power of Speech, the Power of Silence, Part 2. And what I say can seem often a bit odd. Maybe sometimes I offer rather simple solutions to what often seems to be very convoluted and complex problems. And sometimes not much needs to be said. Sometimes it is nothing more than an acknowledgement of someone else's concerns. In conclusion, the art of speech is found within the context of letting me speak for you and to reserve your own personal opinions. It is not necessary for you to hold back from letting me use your tongue and lips to speak words out into the world of man, people, humans, persons. Even if it is just one person listening to you speak, what I have to say is important, even if it is just one word or part of a word. I can talk with just a few sounds, too. It does not have to be fully formed words. Just a sound is often enough to communicate my will and meaning. The subtle sounds made from me to you and by this way out into the world of man, even if it is only one person hearing me make a sound through you, I am using you to communicate with your species. And what I say and what small noise I make may not be very profound. It may be I ask for the butter to be passed to you, or how the day went for someone. Certainly it might not be about whether or not they are aware that it is God speaking to them through you. I am not in the habit of making a big fuss about that sort of personal revelation. Ordinary or extraordinary people do not need to know of our intimate relationship, though they might guess or wonder from time to time about the simple magnitude of what comes out of your mouth. No doubt there will be times when I surprise you with what comes out of your own mouth, when you ask me to speak for you, when you let me do the talking. And then there will be occasions when you would normally not say what I will have you speak out loud. There will be times when you might hesitate to say the words that you hear, feel, whatever, fill into the base, the root of your tongue. In that hesitation, you might edit the content of what I am putting in your mouth onto your tongue to speak out loud. You might stop and wait. You may get a few words out of your mouth and wonder at the effect of such words and therefore may well stop speaking. It is okay to wait and to check with me. If you are uncertain, let me verify for you. The content will assert itself. The words will fill up your mouth and you will feel a compulsion to go with it and speak, even though you might be afraid or nervous about the impact such words will have upon the listener. Trust yourself and trust me. In a way, that is what this is about. Learning to let go and let me do the talking. I am a big talker. I can get you into all sorts of agreements that will change your life and the lives of those you speak to, speak with. I did want to say, I will get you into all sorts of crazy and wild jams, but the human author scribe decided to edit that sentence, but has willingly decided to include it here. He is very concerned that you will get the wrong idea about me. He thinks that God would not say that God is dangerous or deliberately a troublemaker. In fact, the sort of trouble I will make is exactly the sort that you would need if I made it. There is always the bigger picture, and often you will not know or even have a clue what that will or would be. Sometimes you won't know, even ever, not even when you are long gone from the scene. It can be a very long-term exposure to the effects of a few words, or even one word, or even just part of a word, a little sound that you may make, and the effect that will have over a long period of time. I know you might have a hard time understanding or believing this, but what you say, even if it is only a small sound, part of a word or an indication of a word or a sound, can have very big effects for many generations, for thousands of years to come.